Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy, and this is going to be one of the strangest flip throughs I've done because I was working on this journal for the April ABC Altered Book Junk Journal Challenge 25 with Dear Julie Julie, and my book, although it's not extremely old, I mean it was 1960, so well, it's a little old. I have worked in books that were older that did not fall apart like this one has been doing, which is the problem. So it's a semi flip through because it was supposed to be an altered book. It's still altered. It's still altered. It's just not usable as is yet. So I'm probably going to use all of my things that I made as fodder for other journals, or maybe back into this journal, and I'll just redo the cover because I really like the cover. I'll just redo the spine and the pages and everything. And then there were two lists. One were the pages that we needed to make, and then the other list were the embellishments that we needed to make. And they were all made using book pages as the base. I'm scooting this over to the side because I'm going to go through the book first. Now, I have all of my elements in here, embellishments in here, except for one, which I glued in here before the book started falling apart when I thought I would be putting everything in it. So, here goes. It's a hot mess. See, my cover page is even not real tight in there. So I am not going to flip through all the pages. I have post-it notes on all of them so that I remember what they are. And I'm going to share with you what they are. This is the policy pocket page. And it opens up, and then you've got room inside. It's a full, if I can get my ticket in there, it's a full page pocket. And it's got, let's see, there were 3 required items. No, we had to use 3 of the required items from a list on each of the pages and each of the embellishments, along with the Dear Julie Julie digital. So I am not going to point out each and everything because I think that you can see that there's stamping and there's pattern tissue and there's stitching and all of that stuff. Like I said, this isn't exactly what I would normally be showing you. All right, the next page is an inside border pocket tuck. And I'm going to stack these over here because they're just there so that I can do this video. And it's just a simple pocket like that. I've added writing space, and these butterflies here are the second generation of napkins. When you take them apart, sometimes the second ply will still have a shadow of a print, or a ghost print, I think I've heard people call it. And this is wrapping paper that I've just wrapped all the way around, and so this page actually isn't going to come out because it's on that page too. I guess I should have done that with all of them, but like I said, I didn't know my book was going to fall apart. This, move that over just a little more, is a ripped stacked pocket, and it has a pocket here and a pocket here. I've got to make sure that I'm getting in behind everything I'm supposed to get in behind to show you pockets. And that page is getting ready to come out, you can see. Let's see, next we had just a pocket, and it is just a pocket. However, I added 2 little pockets on the front. There's one, and that one right there. And then on the back side of this, I made this my large, let me take that post-it note off. And I'll take that one out. Maybe I'll take that one out. There we go. And this is a full size pocket here. And it's probably not going to come out either. It'll probably stay because I used this tissue paper and it's bonded in with that. And then I extended the pattern with watercolor paints over here. This is my quad pocket folded page. I think that's quadruple pocket folded page. And these pockets are smaller. So there's one, and maybe I needed a different tag. And there's one, and there's one, and there's one. And then I made a tuck as well, just to decorate it. This is the envelope pocket flip page. And this page is still attached into the book because we just cut up to here and down to here and then folded it to make it a pocket. And there's the pocket right there. And then I decided I wanted to keep her on there so that my pocket wouldn't flip open. But I think maybe it's too long and I'm gonna have to shorten it. But right now it works. And the napkin that I used on here, I went ahead and put pieces on here too and wrapped it around the back just so it had a whole picture there. This is a whirlpool page. This is different. This is pretty cool because I made it look like you were looking up through the trees, through a spot in the trees to the sky. That's a Dear Julie Julie digital right there. But I left the top open so that I could have a pocket and a pocket and a pocket and a pocket. I can come back and make tags. Why can't I get that one in there? Oh, there's just a little bit of glue up there that was doing it. And so I can make tags that will cover up each of the things. And as you pull the tags or journaling cards out, it's a reveal of the next layer. I thought that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. It was not easy to figure out how I wanted to do it, but it's pretty cool. Let's see, next is this one that already came out. This is simple angle pocket. Just fold the page down. And then behind it, I have a crossover tuck page. And so you've got a pocket here and then a pocket here. And I think that that was really pretty. Okay, next is the Vestment Sash belly band. And that's exactly what it is. It's just a sash, or it looks like a sash, and it's a belly band. Let's see, the next one, this is an X pocket center fold. And so you've got a tuck up here and here and here and here. And my pages didn't exactly meet in the middle, so I glued in this little doily here to kind of hide where it wasn't matching up right. This is one of my embellishments that I glued in, and it's the envelope bottom flap up. And once you glue it to the page, you have a pocket here, and then you also have a pocket here. Goes all the way across, and a pocket here. This one was hard for me to figure out, but once I got it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And it is the under over pocket page. And here, let's see if I can remember how this goes. That's not a pocket, that's just collage on the page. The pocket is here on the back. And then I need that glue, that tape doesn't want to stick down. I'll have to glue it. This was one of Dear Julie Julie's images, and it goes over, and then I have another pocket back here. Here is an over the edge hidden pocket. You've seen hidden journaling cards maybe. This is an entire page that is like a hidden journaling card, because you pull this off and you've got that space right there to write and that space, and it just tucks. And there's the back side. I added some seam binding and some lace to that digital from Julie, and then that just tucks right back in there, and it looks like maybe just a tuck where you would tuck something in, and you can do that too. I thought that was pretty cool. Here is the flip flop, and it flips all the way. I can't get it to stop flipping all the way. I think I need to just train it to where it's a little floofier, because it does flip. It flip-flops like it's supposed to. And so there's that, and I have a mini flip-flop inside of it, and then that opens all the way up as well. And then it all closes up like that. This is the half and half page. And we have a pocket down here, but we also have a pocket here. It goes all the way across. Next, this is the mini matching pockets. I think I made a mistake on this one because I saw somebody else's and they had 3 pockets and I just have 2. That's a deep one all the way down, and then shallower one there, and the same for these 2. So I think I may have made that one wrong. I like it. I like the way it turned out. All right, this is a top tuck with a thumb notch. Simple as that. And it's full page. And this one also, this is sewing tissue, pattern tissue, and it's on the next page, so it would probably stay in as well. This one came out. This is my sailboat stacked pocket. And you got the big pocket here and a pocket here, which is obvious because that was in it. And then that flap flips up for writing space. This is the accordion style, no, keeping pocket / accordion style. And it came out as well. And it opens up like that. And it's an accordion pocket. Mine is fairly stiff, but it's okay. It works, and I think it turned out really nice. I think it's pretty. Let's see, this one's next. This one is simply a border tuck. This was an image in the book, and then I covered up the writing and then did some stamping with a stencil. Right there is the border tuck. I extended it out a little bit so that it would be here. I don't know why, because I wanted to. This is for Y, and it was your own pocket. And I made a double mini policy pocket. So I made it just like a policy envelope, like we made at the very front. But I made it out of, or I made 2 shorter pockets out of it. This is my double tuck flap. I took a whole bunch of pieces from sheets that I hadn't used and just collaged them all under there. This, I used ink on one of these digitals. I think it was like that one. And used my little bitty punch. And then there's a pocket. May have a little bit of glue. Yeah, there we go. There's a pocket. And there's a pocket. Then this is, let's see, pages are just coming out. This is my narrow, tall pocket. And it is holding the bookmark that I made out of the spine after the spine popped off. And so it was the perfect size to put that in there. I need to add a little something up there so it's easier to pull it out. But I thought that was fun. Let's see, this, I was so inspired that I had a dream about this one. It's the gatefold side flips, which I wasn't getting for some reason, and it turned out, well, I wasn't getting it because I had my page folded wrong. I had to go back and look again. But we have this garden, and here's a pocket, and here's a pocket. But because it's a gatefold, I put gate latches on here so that you could open those up, because sometimes when they're folded in, it's hard to get in there and get it open again. Not in this journal, because it's just loosening and loosening. But normally, if you fold them that far in, it's hard to get it open. And so I put little handles on there to pull it open. I love that. I just love that whole scene. And then the last of the pages is this Zorro page. And you can see the zit, 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 which is, Julie likes to do that, zit, zit, zit. And I glued mine down here, and I created a pocket with that. And then it flips open for writing space, and there's a pocket back here. And that is all of the poor book that's falling apart. And here are the embellishments. And most of them I really like. Some of them made me sad, and I'm gonna have to try it again. But I got it made for the journal, and again, they're gonna be fodder for something else most likely. So this is an altered paper clip. I'm just gonna get my little card here. Just goes on like that. There's one side, and there's the other side. Simple, simple, simple. We had to make 2 beads. Now, each of these things had to have book page and Dear Julie, Julie Digital and 3 other things. This bead, I like a lot. I've got book page and the digital and some washi tape and some Wink of Stella on there and some gold beads, and it'll thread onto a piece of wire or thread. Like it a lot. This one I liked until I realized I needed one more thing from the required item list, and I thought, ooh, tissue paper. That'll just mold itself to it, and it'll be really cool. Well, it's not really cool. It's not really cool. And I don't know if I can take it apart, but what I have is a book page flower and a freshwater pearl, and then another pearl, and I had a little Dear Julie, Julie flower that I'd cut out, and there were 4 sizes, and they were in there. And then a bead and a bead and a flower and a bead and a bead and a flower and then a bead, and then this flower I put upright. And I glued all of those onto this string. And I wish I had thought of something else to do with it besides putting the tissue on it, because I feel like that ruined it. And then this little butterfly here, I just added a little bit of book page on the back. I've got the word gift on there. I'll try that again, but I hope we'll have different results, better results. I'm going to pull out my cards again because I know some of these I'll need to show you stuff. This is a crisscross journal card, and you've got a spot there and a spot there, and then journaling space on the back. This is the dresser with 3 drawers, and so this is just on a piece of book page, and it's not very thick. So there's a drawer, there's a drawer, and there's a drawer. These little handles, I just used a hole punch, and then I glued Ferrero Rocher candy wrapper on them to make the drawer pulls. That I liked. All right, this is my, let's see, I showed you the envelope with the bottom flap up. It was in there. This is the fold over scrappy notebook. And so I just have a bunch of papers in there. Pretty simple. Next is the gift card holder with a tag, and mine kind of turned into a tag with a gift card holder by the time I got done with it. This was the negative from a chipboard piece. And so I just backed it with some collage. This is my book page portion, and it flips up. And then the gift card holder here, the flap is glued under there. And so there's the gift card holder portion. And you've got writing space right there. It's funny, by the time I got done with it, it's the other way around. The tag with the gift card holder. This is my hidden journaling card. And I like how that turned out. This is my index card and book page with a tab. This is my tab, this little doily right here. And there's my index card. My book page is, oh, under there. I made a collage of the book page right there, but it's really hard to see, which sometimes that's what you do with this. This is a junk mail and book page tag with a job. And so there, I've got a big old pocket, and then on the back is another pocket and another pocket. And you've got writing space here. This is my kaleidoscope wheel shaker. I have little flowers that I punched out of a Dear Julie Julie digital in there, along with some really fine glitter. And I have this sticker. I've got 3 of them arranged like a kaleidoscope would have the 3 things, but I used ultrafine glitter, and so it's staticking to everything. And I covered the back and around to the front with a napkin. I love this one. This one turned out so pretty. This is my lace and paper flowers. I have trouble making flowers. I am not very good at it. But there were these doily pieces. I think this was actually from 2 different tablecloths that were in the bins at Big Mama's. And so I cut out a couple of flowers from it and glued that onto book page. And then there was this big long piece of fabric that had the sheer leaves on it. So I inked my book page and I glued this. Let's see, I inked and stamped. You can see the stamping too. The book page, and I glued that down to the book page, and then I inked around the flowers on the book page and glued them on top of it. I've got Weka Stella in there, and the centers are made out of some Dear Julie Julie, and I love this. And I think that's going to be such a pretty like belly band or something in a journal. This is my master board, and when I make a master board, I like to seal it with a layer of tissue or napkin or something like that, just to make sure that all my bits and pieces stay on where they're supposed to. Just a little tip. This is my notched nature note card. I have a feather in there that I found out in my yard. And then there's a collage on the back, and it opens up. It's got this little Tim Holtz clip on it, and it opens up for journaling space. Thought that feather was perfect. And it's nature. I think a lot of people were using plants, and I couldn't find my dried leaves. I'm trying to organize. This is my oval tag with a job. And there you go. That was easy. Paper clip with a dangle. And I've got this jewelry piece, but I also made a little tassel out of book page and wrapped some doily around the top of it. And let's see, I have this so I can show you how it looks if I can remember which end goes on to. I think this is the open end. This was one of the first things I made. Maybe it wasn't that end, maybe it's this side. Well, yeah, that makes sense. It would be this side because the dangle would be on the outside of the page, right? There we go. I like that one too. Next is quilted book page. It says 2 tags. I made 4. Just because that's how it worked out, because of the way I wanted to use the colors and the digitals. I have faux stitching. I took a little pen because I didn't have my sewing machine with me. And then there's the backs. Rosette. Big Mama showed us how to make this rosette. I am by no means good at it at all. And then I added it to this journal card. I've got book page glued on the back of that little button there. Thought that turned out cute. It's not a pocket, it's just a journal card. Next is the Stack-A-Sticker. Let's see, I'll do this. Just so it's easier for you to see the Stack-A-Sticker, because it's so strange. Well, not strange, but you know, maybe kind of difficult to see. Let's see if I can get my... I don't want to put my Stack-A-Sticker on the Stack-A-Sticker, but I can't get it off. Here we go. Is that better? Is that better? And I didn't know you were supposed to make 5. I made 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I made 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay, I did make 5. Well, okay. They were fun. They were fun. They were not easy, again, but they were fun. After the Stack-A-Sticker was the tea bag, tiny tag on a string, and these are cute. You have seen me do these before, because they're not new to me. Those turned out really cute, I think. Let's see, this is the underwater tape image transfer tag, and oh my gosh, I'm in love with this technique. When I was practicing, I got these 2 images as well of tulips. And that is just so cool. I love that. I'll be doing it again. Matter of fact, my water is still on my table. Julie would be gasping. But this is a little garden statuette that was in a magazine or a catalog or something. And then on the back, I've got the washi sticker covering up the backside because I didn't like what the backside looked like. It didn't look wonderful. Let's see, next is the vellum shaker pocket, and right here I actually used my my wax melts to put that on there, and then the shaker. There's also a flower under there, but it's hard to see, a vellum sticker. And then on the back, I've got 2 journaling cards. This is vellum, no, this is the window specimen spot tag. This is an actual dried fuchsia that I got last year from one of my hanging baskets. And I just used the front part of a slide frame. This is book page. That was one of the from one of the illustrations. Thought the pink went with it very well. This is the xylophone, and I made mine into a big floating pocket. It goes like this. And I have shallow pockets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there is the other side. This is my your own embellishment. And so I made a mini, what did I call it? A mini, is a 3-pocket mini folder. Yeah, mini file folder. Because I have a pocket here, and a pocket here. This thing is so rough on the edge. I need something else, but I'm not going to make you wait while I grab it. I'm just going to make you wait while I try to force it in there. And there's a pocket. And then I've got a tab on here because this top part is all all a pocket. And then this is the Zorro floating pocket. And so I've got this and this and this. And then on the back, this is a page from a book that Big Mama gave me. So there we go. There is my April ABC Altered Book Junk Journal Challenge. And it was a challenge, even though I didn't think it was going to be such a challenge as it was, or in the way it was. I have yet to have an altered book turn out right for me. I'm thinking that it's just not my jam, but am I excited about having all of this stuff made that I can put into other journals? Yes. Am I excited that I can still use my cover in another journal? Yes. Am I excited about some of the things that I learned how to make? Yes. Am I excited this challenge is over? Yes, because I hop on a plane tomorrow and I did not have 3 more days to finish it. So what was your favorite? Which of these have you never ever seen before? Because I know a lot of these Julie came up with on her own because she likes to create new and different things to share with us to make our journals more fun. I don't know that I could tell you what my favorite thing is. Although I do love how my dresser turned out. I think it's gorgeous. I just like it a lot. Alrighty, so there we go. Thank you for joining me today, and as always, be kind. Bye.